Alright, so today we are moving the clutch master cylinder. If you watched some of our previous videos, we had drilled out the area that Chevrolet used for the original clutch setup. That setup wasn't hydraulic, so when we put the hydraulic master and everything in there, it made the pedal basically impossible to push in. If you shifted all the way through 6 gears in traffic, you're gonna have a cramp in your butt cheek. So what we did is we actually took out the speedo cable. That's the grommet for where it's at, because the MP271 has an electric speedo sender anyways. So eventually we'll get us an electric speedometer to fill in that square body dash, and it'll fit in there and look factory. So we took that hole and we ended up moving it 3.5 inches up to where it is now, right here. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna give us a 6:1 ratio on the pedal, so it's going to make it a lot easier to push. We already kind of hooked it up and played around with it, and it makes it a lot easier to push. The problem is when we welded the tab on the pedal, it made the angle when you pushed it in, it would jam up the clutch rod into the master cylinder. So we're going to just hook it straight to the pedal. So what we're doing now is I taped off the threads on this master, but we're grinding down the rod here, and then we're using a 5/16 by 24 rod and a coupler. We're going to hook it to it, and then we're going to use this heim joint right here, and that's going to give us a little more adjustability, because obviously we can thread this in and out and get it dialed in exactly right, but two, it allows it to be threaded on there instead of welded, and then if this doesn't work, we'll just burn it on there and make it permanent. But we're going to go for this first, and we'll let you know how it turns out. Alright, so we've got it tapped now. This is our coupler we're going to use right here. Like I said, it's 5/16 by 24 thread count. And we've die and got it all on here. And so now we'll reinstall it and we'll figure out how long we need to make our shaft, and then we'll be able to infinitely adjust all of it and get it dialed in to where the clutch will release without giving you a cramp. Alright, so right here is the tab I was talking about that we welded onto the pedal. So we had it all lined up where we needed to, but when you move it out right here, it changes the angle from when you push the pedal in. So the closer you keep this to the pedal, as far as your clutch rod goes, the less change in angle you're gonna have. So hopefully we're gonna have very minimal to no change because we're gonna have it dead center on the pedal, just like the bushing is here. And that's gonna turn out to be about 2.5, 3 inches from the pivot, so it's gonna make it a whole lot easier to push in traffic and more enjoyable to drive in general as a whole. So I'm gonna lop this off and we'll get it back in the truck and get our linkage finished up. And then hopefully we'll be able to shift gears and let the clutch out without spinning tires or stalling out.